DC has changed a lot in the past little bit, and if you're thinking about moving here in 2023, well, there's a few things we need to talk about. Hi, welcome back to another Coffee with Coleman. We love to discuss Washington, DC, business, real estate, all that good stuff. My name is John Coleman. I'm a real estate agent here in Washington, DC with the Jason Martin Group. If you find this helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. It lets me know that you're watching, and maybe I'll just keep making more of them. And if it's really helpful for you, then hit subscribe, because then you'll be alerted when I release new videos each week. All right, so if you're moving to DC, there's a lot of things that have changed. And if you've never lived here before, then none of them are gonna make a huge difference for you. But here's the things that I would be thinking about if I was moving to DC in 2023. So the first thing you need to know about DC is we're having a little bit of an identity crisis. And this comes in two different forms. One is pandemic has hit us kind of hard. Some people moved out, some people moved in, but we are net negative for the number of people that live in DC now in comparison to pre-March of 2020. The other thing is we're fighting for statehood. So if you come to DC, one of the things you will hear from people around the city is whether or not DC should be a state or not. I'm not gonna make a comment on it, but it's something that you need to be prepared to talk about because it is a huge topic around here. Number two is weather. If you're moving here from the north, it's gonna be warm. If you're moving here from the south, the winters are gonna feel cold. The one tried and true thing is our two best seasons are fall and spring. Spring is gorgeous. We have cherry blossoms. Everybody's out and about. It's not too humid, and we don't have our mosquitoes quite yet. In the fall, our falls last a lot longer than you people up in the north. Like, we are not really putting on sweaters until you hit Halloween. And at that point, then yeah, we will start getting cold, but it's not like we get the snowfalls. We might get like an inch or here, two or there, and then every once in a while we get a snowstorm, and then nobody knows how to drive, and everyone gets to stay home. Yay! Summer's really brutally hot. It's totally humid. And then the winters are just very nondescript. They're just kind of dull and mundane. So we look forward to our fall and our spring weather the most. The third thing is DC continues to invest in its infrastructure. And when I say infrastructure, I mean for transportation. We have an ever-growing line for our metro. We are adding new stops, like we have one in Potomac Yards over for, you got it, Amazon. And then we also have been expanding it out. So now you can ride the metro all the way out to Dulles. So if you want to fly international, DC's got your back. And for you bikers, you people that like to stay in shape, we are constantly putting more and more bike lanes into DC so you can safely commute without having to use your cars. So if you like to bike, DC might be your city. But be careful of those drivers, because people drive like crazy, especially those Maryland drivers. The fourth thing you need to know about DC, our traffic sucks. Like, it sucks really, really bad. And in fact, I'm not just saying it because I get to sit in it all day in my car. I'm saying it because we're actually ranked number 2 for worst traffic, right behind Boston. I don't know if I want to be ranked near Boston for anything, but apparently we're just slightly better than Boston when it comes to traffic. And if you're lucky enough to get on the open road, well, DC has now doubled and tripled down on the number of camera tickets that they have. So if you're speeding, or if you're going fast, or if you're rolling stoplights, they're gonna catch you, and you're gonna get a little thing in the mail that says, yay, pay us some money. I don't know if they're always collecting the money though, because apparently there is about $1.6 billion of uncollected revenue from these tickets since 2000. And actually, there's about 1,200 cars that are out there right now that have more than $20,000 of violations under their name. I think it might be time for a boot. The fifth thing about moving to DC, it costs a lot. Not just in those parking tickets, just in general. And in fact, our average living cost is about 53% higher than the national average. Housing is 114% higher than the national average in terms of cost. So living here, renting, or buying, it's going to cost you a whole lot more money just to live. Now, it is offset by some wages because DC's average wage is higher than the national average, but you have to be ready to spend. Number 6, our food scene. Our food scene is ever changing. We're always known for having some really good restaurants. Like, we have a 3 Michelin star restaurant, we have multiple 1 and 2s. Like, we are known for really good food. We are also known for just a diversity of food. DC has some of the best Ethiopian food in all of the United States, and I am proud to say that I eat it way too often because it's absolutely delicious. One thing that we saw through COVID, remember Bullet 1, we saw a lot of changes. We have lost a lot of really good restaurants along the way that just couldn't survive. And with death comes rebirth. And that rebirth has given an opportunity to a lot of new businesses. There's a lot of businesses that wouldn't have been able to open up in DC before the pandemic that now have a lot of good opportunities. And we are seeing a thriving community of new restaurateurs and new chefs come to DC and open new spots. And everyone's super excited about the trajectory we have of our little food culture here in DC. But again, the only consistency there is change. It's important to try new things, support different things, and we're all about it. And as much as I miss some of the stuff that did go away, rest in peace, Cap Lounge. I had 25-cent wings there every Tuesday for like ever. I'm super excited about some of the new stuff that we're seeing pop in right now. And 7th, this is really interesting. Number 7 is Gen Z love DC. So if you want to follow where the cool kids are going, we only have half of the Gen Z out so far because the other half of them are still like not even out of high school. But the ones that are out of high school and in college and graduating from college are coming to DC in droves over any other city. So what that tells me is DC is exciting. And if we do hit a spot where DC gets into recession, it tends to be a spot that people come and look for jobs. And I'm excited to see what happens over the next little bit as we get this influx of new, fresh young people excited to take this city and continue to run with it so we can see what exciting things are going to happen next. All right, so that's what I have for today. That is what I wanted to tell you about moving to DC in 2023. Is there anything that you're wondering about? Put it in the comments. I'll answer it directly. I would love to hear from you. And again, thank you so much for taking time. And if you have some time, I would recommend watching some of the videos at the end of this. Continue seeing this beautiful face. So thanks again for stopping by another Coffee with Coleman.